Hi friends, I'm Amy and this is A-Star Reads, and I'm attempting something. I'm attempting something I don't think I've ever done. I don't know. I may have done a 24-hour readathon before, but I'm definitely not committed. Like, where well, I don't know how much I'm committing today because I will sleep. I'm 41 years old. And I'm a sleeper. Like, I need sleep. I don't know if I've ever really attempted a 24-hour readathon where I had to get a certain number of books done within that time. And because of HRCYED, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, one of my challenges that I have to complete is to do a 24-hour readathon, read 3 books, and one of them has to be over 300 pages. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because it's Pickpongathon. I figured out a way to make these books work for Pickpongathon. I have to get a book done first before I can count these books because they're for the bonus prompts. But, I'll get there. I also want to read a couple of these books because they work for my summer book bingo. So I've got the summer book bingo that I'm trying to work on, and I have a book for boat and I have a book for water. I don't know if one of the books I'm reading will work for anything else. Let's see, I still need to do shells, beach, summer camp. I already have books for that. Sunset or road trip. I don't know if this final book will work for any of those, but after finishing this, I can definitely get boats and water, colored off. What's the word? Marked off. So I am excited about this. It's coming at the right time. It's before the school year starts. I have time. I mean, today I'm going to go get my hair done. I can listen to an audiobook on the way out there, and then I can read a book while we're there. Mom's getting her hair done. I'm going to get my hair done. It takes a while because I get foils, and so I can read while I'm there. And aside from that, the only thing else I have to do today is reading sprints for the 24-hour reading sprints that we're doing over on Pickpongathon, and I'll be doing that from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I was like, this is the perfect time to do it. When else am I going to try? I should caveat, I'm attempting a 24-hour readathon and getting these 3 books completed. I know that I'm not the quickest reader, so I'm going to do my best. Hopefully the books that I've chosen are good choices for today. I think they might be. So I might actually succeed. This is attempt 1, if I need more than 1 attempt. So let's talk about the books briefly. I'm just going to really tell you what I'm going to be reading, and I'll tell you about the books once I start getting into them, because my time starts in 4 minutes. I'm starting at 8 a.m. today. It's Friday, and I will be completing my time at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, Saturday. And so fingers crossed. Okay, so first, the easiest read I'm going to be doing, and she said you could do easy reads as long as you have one book that's over 300 pages, and that is In by Will McPhail, and this is a graphic novel, which looks like it's very artistic and stuff, although there's not a lot of there's no color. It's all black and white. I don't know anything about this book. This was my surprise selection from the library because seasonally they send me a new book that they're like, oh, try this one out. It's supposed to be good. Or try this one out. I read it and loved it. And I didn't give them any parameters. You can tell them, oh, I want to read a book like this or a book like that. I was like, just give me book suggestions. And so last time they sent me a graphic novel that I ended up loving more than I thought I was going to. And I'm excited to find out about this graphic novel. So I think it's always Liz, the librarian, that gives me these suggestions. I can't talk yet this morning. Gives me these suggestions. And it says, chosen for you because these beautiful graphic novels and memories tackle the topic of mental health. So she's giving me a book, and that's pretty good. I like that. Okay, so you might also like, so then she also gives suggestions of books that you might like that are like this one, which I think is pretty cool. So Sunflowers by Kizzy Young and Slip by Marika Mikula and I don't want to try this really in the morning, so it'd be, I don't want to mess things up. So what's really cool about this is that they just send me a random book and it gives me a chance to try something different. So I'm going to be doing this because it's a graphic novel, and yeah, it's going to be, this is totally doable. Oh, are there page numbers in this? Because I have to make sure. Oh yeah, it's at least 100 pages. I just need to make sure it's 100 pages for Pickpongathon. So it's over 200 pages. So there's that. Then I've got my over 300 page book, and that's shipped by Angie Hockman. This is going to work for my boats prompt. And I want to thank the subscriber who reminded me about this book because they were like, you could use that for your boats prompt. I really appreciate it because I hadn't settled into what book prompt I wanted. And this is going to be a fun one to read. And this will work for my over 300 pages. It's got like 321 pages. Not bad. I'm hoping because it's a romance, I'll be able to just get into it and read it quickly because romances tend to read fairly fast. And then finally, I'm going to be listening to an audiobook because I figure there'll be times when, say when I'm driving, when I'm not going to be able to read physically today. And so an audiobook would be perfect. So my third book is Where the Drowned Girls Go by Seanan McGuire. This is the 5th book in the Wayward Children series. I don't know. I'll put what book it is here. I'm really, really excited to continue on this series. I love Seanan McGuire's writing, and Where the Drowned Girls Go. This works for water. I mean, it's a bit of a, like, not a good way to look at water, but you know, it works for water. And so it'll work for that prompt. And all of these, I figured out ways for them to work for Pickpongathon as well. So for Crystal's bonus prompts, there are 10 prompts. And once you've finished the group prompts, you can move on to the bonus prompts. And I can tell you what the bonus prompts are because those aren't secretive. Those are the same for everyone. So this is going to work for small book, a book under 300 pages, because it's like 267. So that works for that. Then shipped works for odd page number, because where it ends, where I'll actually be completing the book, is page 321. So it ends on an odd page number. And then I think I didn't actually finish planning because I don't have Where the Drowned Girls Go on here. But I'm pretty sure that the main character in Where the Drowned Girls Go is female. So I do have a female protagonist prompt, so most likely it'll work for that. I will double check when I read Where the Drowned Girls Go. So those are the books I'm going to be reading. I've got 24 hours to do it. I need to be starting. I'm late. I'm late. Okay, so I gotta wrap this up so I can go start my books, and wish me luck because I need it. I'm very excited to complete this challenge for HRCYED. I'm also very nervous. It's pouring rain outside, which actually makes this a perfect day for reading. Okay, so we were at the hairstylist for a long time. I'm checking in finally 7.5 hours into my readathon. Not as far as I'd like to have been. I did get some reading done at the hairstylist. We were there for like 5 hours because she had to book someone in between us. I got like a last minute booking. My hair looks amazing. She didn't get a chance to blow dry it completely because it took so long. My hair is so thick that it takes a really long time to do the foils and stuff. So she didn't have time to completely blow dry it, which is fine. But I'm loving how it looks. It looks really, really good. Okay, we're at the gas station. So we picked up Chipotle. We're gonna head home, but I wanted to give you a quick update because we're gonna eat lunch. We're starving. It's like late lunch. And then I will kind of tell you about the books that I've been reading and what I've been doing. I'm currently about 30% of the way through Where the Drowned Girls Go, and almost a third of the way through Shipped as well, so I'm making good progress. Okay, I am home and well fed. And I'm ready to talk a little bit about what my reading has been like. So now I'm at 41% of the way through Where the Drowned Girls Go. It is good. It's really good. It's about Cora, and Cora I think is one of my favorite characters in this series. We get to know her in the Sugar one. Oh, Beneath the Sugar Sky. We got to know her in Beneath the Sugar Sky, which was actually one of my favorite books, or was my favorite book up to this point in the Wayward Children series. And now we're back to Cora again, and something horrible has happened in her experience. And I can't tell you anything because this is further along in the series, but I will tell you that something horrible has happened and it's causing a lot of pain for her. Enough pain that she feels she needs to leave Eleanor West's school for wayward children. So this school that Eleanor West has helps these children who've gone through doors. Think Alice goes through the door and goes to a different world. All these kids who've gone to these alternate worlds have their own special world It's not their world, but it's a world that is suited to them. Cora has lost her original world. There have been things that have happened in the meantime. It's really causing a problem for her. She wants to forget everything because she is running away from some of the issues she's facing now. And so she ends up leaving Eleanor West's school, which is a school where they're kind of in waiting for their door to reopen or trying to learn how to cope while not denying the experiences that they had. And she goes to the Whitethorn Academy, which is another school for wayward children, but it is the opposite. They're trying to erase, completely obliterate all memories and knowledge and challenges that come with having been a kid who went into a different world. We're already finding that it's not a good fit. So we're kind of getting a bit of her experience in this new school, what it's like, and so far I'm enjoying it. It's sad. I mean, Cora's experience is really sad anyways because she's a fat girl who has had a really horrible experience with her body. Not her body's fault, but the way people respond to her. People are just horrible to her. Horribly cruel, horribly mean to her because of her body. It's hard to read. It's sad to read because I've been heavy my whole entire life, but I've never had anybody be that awful. Everybody's had experiences that have made them feel down when you have a larger body. And society as a whole does not treat you amazingly in this world where there's just not a lot of allowances for bodies here. Your body has to be one way or else. It's not a fat-friendly world, let's put it that way. But I haven't had the cruelty inflicted on me that Cora has had. And so it's just really sad to read this story. It's great. I mean, I love all of these books in this story just because they're so unique. The writing style is so surreal and interesting and different, and it just feels dark. It always feels so dark, but in a whimsical way. It's a dark whimsy, and I really like this series a lot. So I'm enjoying my listen of this, having a good time with that. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm already 8.5 hours into this readathon. No, it's so bad. Okay. And then let's talk about Shipped because I'm currently 94 pages in, so I'm not quite a third of the way through. There are, how many total? 321 pages in this. So definitely not a third of the way through yet. I'm getting close, and now that we're back, I can sit and really just dive in and just keep reading for a while. I did read quite a bit at the salon, but not as much considering how long we were there. I was chatting with my hairstylist while I was getting my hair done. I was chatting with one of the ladies that was there, and I get distracted when there's a lot of things going on around me, so I definitely was reading. I was into it. But you know, every once in a while I look up or I hear something or the music's playing and I can't help myself. I sing a little bit. That's me. So now that we're home, I have time to really focus on this and hopefully get quite a bit of this finished before our reading sprints, which is funny to say because it's reading sprints, right? So I should be able to use that as getting a book accomplished, but I get distracted during reading sprints. I love reading sprints. I love spending time with Paige and the people that join me on my reading sprints, but actually getting like through a book is harder for me during reading sprints. So I will read during that time. I just know that I have a better chance of getting a lot more of this read now. I also haven't even looked at In by Will McPhail. I figure I'm gonna hold off on this until I really need a break from my physical book, until I really need to do some like getting through a book a little faster because, you know, it's a graphic novel. It shouldn't take me quite as long. Graphic novels aren't as fast for me as they are for other people, but it still is a quick read. So I'm saving this for maybe when I'm really tired, like later on in the evening when I'm exhausted. My audiobook will fill in some of those gaps, but I figure a graphic novel will do a pretty good job of filling in some of those gaps as well. When my brain is like, I just want to go to sleep, and I'm like, no, you don't have time. You got to finish your books. So what is Shipped about? Well, so far we have our main character, Henley Rose, and she is a marketing manager, marketing person. She works in marketing, digital marketing, and she works for a cruise company, which makes this perfect for my boat prompt because it's all about cruises. And Henley Rose is working her way up in her field. She's not giving herself a lot of time to live outside of her job. She's really trying to build up her image within the company. She has a boss that's pretty icky. He treats her poorly, but she feels like she has to put up with it because she's trying to get somewhere within this company. And a year ago, this man named Graham joined the company as the social media person. And they've had issues ever since. Like, she just thinks he's gunning for her, trying to take like her ideas and take credit for her work. She thinks he doesn't do anything, that he's just not accomplishing anything, and yet he gets along with the boss really well, and the boss really takes to him. And it just so happens there's this digital marketing director position coming up. Based on the time and the work she's put into her job, she feels like it should be her job. But it turns out that Graham is also up for this job, and they're going to have a competition in a sense where they have to go on one of the cruises that the company offers and come up with a really good pitch. And whoever pitches better will be the person who gets the director position. So she's stuck on this boat with Graham, who is incredibly hot, and she is incredibly attracted to him as much as she hates him. So definitely like an enemies to lovers-ish. I don't think that he realizes that they're enemies at the beginning of this, but he catches on that she does not like him pretty quickly. So it's a lot of fun. I think the writing style is very easy to get into. This is one of those books where I just started reading it and it was fun. It's cute, it's quirky. I'm loving the premise of this. I'm loving the setting, and I like the characters. I actually really like Henley and I really like Graham. I'm really enjoying this sexual tension between them and their budding whatever it is. The competition between them is really fun, and I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast. Oh, I forgot to say that this cruise is taking them to and among the Galapagos Islands, which is a bucket list place for me to go. So obviously I'm really liking the setting of this. Okay, so I want to do a quick check-in because we're on a sprint. We're doing hour-long sprint, which is good because I don't usually get a lot of reading done during sprints, but at least an hour gives me a chance to really get into my book. I was in a rush to get on the live stream, so I didn't get a chance to like give you an update. We're now at 9:11, so over the halfway mark for the whole 24 hours, and I'm currently on page 201. So almost 2/3 of the way through. Doing pretty good with Shipped, but I still have like just under 3 hours of listening for Where the Drowned Girls Go, and I haven't started my graphic novel at all yet. So fingers crossed once I get this finished, because I'm still gonna go on this as much as I can. I'm really liking the chemistry between these two characters, really liking the steam. Nothing really has happened yet as far as like, or this far along. I'm not saying nothing has happened. I'm just saying like it's a bit of a slow burn, and that's good to know, right? Because some people don't like slow burns. But I'm enjoying it because I'm really liking the chemistry between these two characters. It's good chemistry. The premise is still basically the same. It's a pretty simple premise. We do have this competition that's gonna still happen, and it'll be interesting to see what happens now that these characters are starting to, if anything, respect each other more. And that makes a competition for something as important as a job very difficult, I think. And so I really do like when the stakes are that high, but it is a pretty simplistic story. I don't mind that so much because the setting is incredible. I'm loving all the details about Galapagos Islands. It's just making me realize how much I want to go and how much I need to go. And I feel like this is a great summer read. So if you're looking for something to read in the summer that will give you great summer vibes, it'll be fun. It won't be too stressful to read. I mean, I haven't finished it yet, but I already recommend picking this up because it does give you the beach vibes, the beautiful scenery vibes, the romantic vibes, all the things that you kind of want during the summertime. Okay, so let's be honest. We knew that I was going to chat a lot on sprints, because I do. That's normal. We knew that I would, of course, stay after the chat and chat with Paige for a while. And that did happen. So it is now 12:40, and I haven't yet finished this book. I'm getting close though. Look at that. I'm on page 243, so I have less than 100 pages to go. I got about 80 pages to go to finish this book, and we're just now getting to some fun reading. So I'm very excited to just keep reading this book and get this done. And I'm still wide awake. That's the good news. Still have energy to keep reading. And then I need to get to this, and I have to listen to my audiobook. Like, I got stuff to do. How many hours do I have left? I've got about a little less than 7.5 hours left of my 24-hour readathon. And I don't stay up that late. Like, I don't see myself staying up till 8 a.m. So I'm hoping to get, I don't know what I'm hoping for. Like, do Do I finish this book, then go to sleep, and then wake up early and do my audiobook and do the graphic novel? Or what do I do? I don't know. I'm going to read as much as I can of this right now and then see how I feel afterwards. So I will talk to you hopefully in a little bit, not too long, because I got 80 pages left. It's 2 a.m. and I am starting to fade. I'm like reading a sentence and then reading a sentence and then, so I'm wondering if I could nap for an hour or two and then get up and read some more. I have an hour and 48 minutes of my audiobook left, with that being on 1.25 speed, 1.2 speed, because I don't really like listening to audiobooks fast, but 1.2 I can handle. And then I'm currently on page 273 of this, so about 50 pages, a little less than 50 pages, just barely less than 50 pages. And then I haven't started my comic at all yet. And I have 6 hours left. Yeah, just under 6 hours left. Look at my hair. I did this to myself. I ended up eating the rest of my Chipotle burrito, and that digestion, I think, is what's... Because I was wide awake before I did that. Then I ate the other part of my Chipotle burrito, and I am sleepy. Learning lessons? But look who I got visiting me. Isaac, say hi. Say hi. Just decided he wanted to come relax with me. Wake me up, little dude. Give me some of your energy. Your nocturnal energy. What do you say? You're a pretty cat, you know that? Okay, I'm in my bedroom. I got a little bit of an extra boost walking from the house to my bedroom, so I listened to my audiobook for a little bit longer, and I did put it on 1.5 speed because it was narrated slow enough. Not saying it's slow, but narrated slow enough that 1.5 is not too much. So I'm listening to that at 1.5. I have an hour and 11 minutes left of my audiobook. I just literally read 10 pages of the graphic novel, and so far I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. A lot of the little sketches or conversations are kind of left up for interpretation, or you're just kind of trying to get a feel of what's going on in this character's mind, or what's going on. My phone is going like this. Sorry. You're trying to just, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain things when you're this tired. It's just little snippets of his life, and it's not really humorous. Maybe it is humorous, but it doesn't feel humorous to me. So maybe it's not my kind of humor. He's going to this bar because he wants to be a sad guy who is sad within a sad bar. So he's looking for a really kind of crappy bar to go be sad in. I don't know yet what the intention of this or what I'm supposed to get out of it is. And it's also possible that I'm too tired to grasp my mind around whatever this book is intending me to pull from it at this point. So we'll see. I am so close to the end of Shipped. I'm currently on page 293. So I'm it's right there. But I'm tired. The eyes, and I don't want to ruin the enjoyment of this story and not end it out well because I'm too tired to. So I'm wondering if I just take a nap for an hour. We'll just my ankles are all wonky because I'm half asleep. I don't know how people do this. I'm definitely not a 24-hour stay awake till all hours of the, I never even desired to go to Vegas and not sleep for a night, just go and party and not actually sleep, and then just go and party again. That's never been a thing for me. But I am trying. I'm trying for this challenge. And part of me is I did lose a lot of time during the day. Today, like, there was a lot of time during today that I could have gotten this stuff done. I know I could have gotten this stuff done. Yeah, it's an interesting experience. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. So what I'm going to do, I might pick this up and try working on it a little bit. And if I just can't, and my eyes really do start drooping even more, because maybe this has energized me a little bit, I will take an hour nap. An hour. Yeah. I'll take an hour nap and try and wake up and see if I can do anything after that hour. We'll see. So, people usually succeed at these 24-hour challenges, right? I learned a lot this experience. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about book choices. I learned a lot about how I spend my time during my 24 hours. I learned a lot about planned distractions and what I can do next time to be more successful, because there will be a next time, since I did not end up getting my 3 books completed during this 24-hour readathon. I tried really hard, and I did finish Shipped last night, this morning, at like 4:15 a.m. No, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. I finished Shipped. I don't know how much I enjoyed the end of this because I was delirious. So I feel like I almost need to go back and reread the last like 2 or 3 chapters. I don't think so. I think I got it. It was such a good romance until we got a little too long at the end. And I don't know how they could have wrapped it up sooner. But I feel like the pacing just didn't pull through at the very end. And it could be because I was freaking exhausted, and that was part of the problem. So I'm like, should I rate this? Should I not rate this? Because it almost feels unfair to rate it considering the last couple hours worth of reading this, I was like this every other word. Maybe not that bad, but you know, it kind of felt that way. I really did enjoy the characters. I enjoyed the chemistry. This is a fade to black romance, so there isn't too much smut in this. It's more about the buildup of the tension, and I really liked all that. I think that the conflict is not as big as you get in some of these, you know, third act conflicts when it comes to romances. You know, it just doesn't feel as, I guess, painful as some of them can feel. And that's actually a good thing if you're looking for something fun to just enjoy when you're on a holiday or on summer break. So this is a very good recommendation for, like, if you're looking for a boat book, if you're looking for a summer vibes book, I really highly recommend this. And I think that it's a lot of fun. And I would be very interested to read more from Angie Hockman. I think that Angie Hockman has one more book out right now, and I didn't look that hard, but I kind of feel like it might be a YA. And I would like to see her write some more adult romance and see where she goes with it, because I think that the chemistry between her characters was really fun. I liked her writing style. I liked the setting of this. And I liked a lot of her ideas. If I'm thinking about my star ratings on a romance scale, this is definitely a 4.5 stars. I really, really did enjoy it. It could have been higher if it wasn't for the way I felt like it started meandering towards the end. And I don't know, there was something about just the way it wrapped up. Like, I lost the tension a little bit, the excitement, the thrill of it. And I liked what happened ultimately in this. It was a little convenient, but you know, it's a romance, you expect that. But at the same time, I wanted that tension to continue on through the end, and I feel like it did slow down a bit for me. I think that in the grand scheme of things, doing a 24-hour readathon, a book like this is a perfect choice. And going forward, when I attempt this again, I will pick a romance or something fun like this that will make that 24-hour reading experience not feel like I'm rushing through something that I really want to spend a lot more time on. Because romances are simple and fun, and they're not meant to take a lot of your energy. Second, my audiobook, Where the Drowned Girls Go by Seanan McGuire. I didn't finish this one. I have an hour and 11 minutes left of this. I found that late at night, I don't gravitate towards audiobooks when I'm trying to keep myself awake, because it's very easy for me to be listening to the audiobook and start drifting. I need to make sure if I'm doing an audiobook when I'm doing a 24-hour readathon that I get it done earlier in the day as much as I can. I was saving the rest of it for when I was getting too tired, might need to put the book down and actually listen to something, and that doesn't work for me because audiobooks can put me to sleep. But I'm really enjoying Where the Drowned Girls Go. I don't know that this is going to be my favorite of the Wayward Children series. I do like following Cora a lot. I find this new school setting interesting. It's not as fun and whimsical as some of the other books, of course, because we're in a school setting and it's not even like Eleanor West's school setting. I'm going to continue listening to that in the next day or so, and I'll get that one done, no problem. And at least it'll work well for Pickpongathon. And Where the Drowned Girls Go, an audiobook like that, 4.5 hours, that was a good choice. Reading a continuation in a series is a good choice for my 24-hour readathon, like going forward in the future. Yeah, let's talk about In by Will McPhail. The problem with this is that graphic novels are kind of hit or miss for me anyways. And when it's late and I'm exhausted and I am not enjoying or understanding or even caring about what's going on in this. How far did I even make it? I made it 34 pages in. Like, I had gone to bed at that point, so I was reading in my bedroom, and I didn't have any options around me for other things I could turn to, other quick reads I could turn to that I knew that I would get through quickly. That was where I struggled, because I did not want to pick this up. And when you're not motivated to read something, it puts you to sleep all that much quicker. And so I'm definitely not going to read this. I guess I should read the back. What's it say? Nick, a young illustrator, can't connect with people. Oh, so his struggle with connecting to other people. And I can see that in the way he's interacting with people within the story and the way he's in his mind quite a bit about what he wants to say to them or how he wants to relate to them, and is struggling to be able to make those connections. This one I just don't feel inclined to continue reading. I just think it's not for me, and that's okay, because it's going to be for other people. It's going to be a book that other people enjoy. If you're interested and you like graphic novels a lot and you want to try something a little different, this is something to give a chance to, you know? You might want to try it out. And so I definitely need to think a little bit more about the type of book I put in there as my like graphic novel or short story or my third option, and have others available, because it's probably going to be the book that I put off till the end, because I am going to probably prioritize the book that's 300 plus pages. And because of that, I need to get invested right away. Like, I need it to be a book that I get invested. So a continuation of a series would have been a good thing, like a graphic novel series I'm continuing or something like that. I got one book done. I'm close to the second book, and I'm DNFing a third. And that feels okay, because I feel like I really did a good job actually staying awake longer than I thought I would during that 24-hour period. I was figuring out, like, during our live sprints, we did 2-hour-long sprints, but we were on there for 4 hours, and then Paige and I chatted for like 40 minutes afterwards. So that was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. And then I'm not complaining about that. I had a great time, but I'm just thinking about where my time went. And there was like 2 hours and 40 minutes during that sprint section where I wasn't reading. And then during my hairdressing appointment, we listened to the audiobook to and from, so that was great. But we got there at 10. We didn't leave until 3? Probably read for like 2 to 3 hours while we were there. I don't know how much I actually read. But that's another like 2 to 3 hours that I didn't read during the day. Didn't have an audiobook going. That's a good amount of time that I could have finished the audiobook for sure. I could have put this down right away, tried it out, put it down, and then found something else and picked it up within that time. And so I need to, in the future, make sure that when I plan my 24-hour readathon, knowing what I know now, I plan to not have big chunks of time where I'm doing something that I'm reading a little bit here and there, but I'm not getting a chance to read for long periods of time. And this was a great experiment to see what it's like actually trying to do a 24-hour readathon where I'm not just reading. You know, sometimes you do 24-hour readathons and you're just reading and you're just trying to get as much reading done within that time. I had specific goals I had to meet within the 24-hour period. So it was a great experiment. I don't feel bad at all. I had a really fun time, and I hope that I will succeed the next time I attempt my HRCYED 24-hour readathon. And the fact that I was able to read this as quickly as I did, for me, was a good sign. It was a good sign. Anyways, if you're participating in HRCYED, let me know in the comment section down below. Have you done your 24-hour readathon yet? What books did you choose for that? If you're not doing HRCYED, how do you feel about 24-hour readathons? I typically don't do them, but this also gives me kind of a good idea as to what I need to do or am capable of when it comes to the 500 pages in one day and what will work for me for that. So, you know, it's all a learning experience and I'm having a good time and I really did enjoy Shipped, so I'm glad I got a chance to pick this up. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens on my channel when the next thing happens. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so tired. All right, bye.